Hello again everybody and welcome back to another episode of Coding with Kenny G. Now this is episode 28 and we are ready to start implementing some of the win conditions for this game, which is always an interesting part because a game is defined by its ability to win and lose. So things are starting to become fun very soon. I hope so, at least. At least it's a functioning game soon. And we can start implementing some of these win conditions. Just to list some of them. So, for example, number 1, is the king captured by the attackers? Well, the attackers win. Has the king reached a corner tile? Means he's escaped the board. The defenders win. And then you have more specialized stuff like can no actor in a faction move? Meaning all of them are, for example, pressured up against, we call it the wall, but the border of the board. That's called a wall. So if they're on a border tile and encircled, in that case, the attackers can, I think that the attackers must all be captured. And when I think about it, and the king, he can't be captured against the wall in the Copenhagen Hnefatafl rules. Where the king is armored, meaning he needs 4 dangers around him to be captured, but the wall does not count as a danger for the king. So then he's, if it's on the wall, then he's only surrounded by 3 enemies. But the attackers could keep him there, locked, and then capture all remaining defenders or encircle them. And that's this win condition. Is the defenders encircled and no defender can reach a border tile, or can no actor in a faction move? Those are, especially this one, is more common for the attackers to win in a Copenhagen Hnefatafl game with an armored king. It's more common to win in this way. And I say that getting the king out to a corner tile is the most common way for the defenders to win. But anyway, we can start implementing the simplest ones and we can get this stuff moving right now. So we're gonna implement the has king reached corner tile win condition, and then we're gonna tell the player through a UI pop-up message that the defenders has won. So let's do that. Let's jump into Unity and so game controller is the guy that is gonna check if a player has won or a faction. And this can also be done in this event handler we wrote that is called onActorEndMove. That is where a lot of stuff happens, right? And here, after this current active actors, remove all on current active actors updated. After that, check if somebody has won. So we're gonna first of all probably create a private function that is some check win condition, but I know that we are going to need an enum in order to make this work. So let's hold Control, press T, go to our enums script, and here we are going to add these win conditions as an enum. So we're going to write public enum win conditions. have our null as none. And then we can write king reached corner tile. That could be one win condition. Then let's check our list. King captured could be one list win condition. And defenders encircled, meaning that no defender can reach a border tile, which means that the attackers are standing around in a sort of formation that makes them unable to move outside of that circle. Cool. Yeah, let's start there and see if there's something I forgot a little bit later. Okay. So we added these enums and we're going to use them in the game controller. So let's create a private function. And we're going to say private win conditions. We're going to return win conditions. And we're going to write check win conditions. And we're going to take in a list of win conditions. Can be called win conditions. So our goal here is to check each item in this list and see if we have met that win condition by calling other functions. But for now, we just start by checking if the king is at the position that is a corner tile. For each, maybe we should not do this as a list. Let me think for 2 seconds. Yeah, okay. Let's say for each var win condition in win conditions. And then we can say switch and we go parameter as win condition. So if the case is win conditions dot king reached corner tile break, I'm just gonna set this up. King captured. Case win conditions dot defenders encircled. And we're gonna check. We're gonna add more if I've forgotten these guys. And just to not have this freak out, I'm just at the end of this gonna return win conditions dot none. There we go. Because we can at the top here where we have our public fields, we can have a new header or an area here, header. We can call this win conditions, and under there we're gonna say public list win conditions, and we call this win conditions, and we equal that to new list. So game controller is gonna know all the win conditions that we are checking against, and we're gonna assign that in the inspector. So we are just gonna call this after in the function on actor end move. Just have to remember to call it, and we are gonna have to have a private little variable here called win conditions. Win condition equals check win conditions, and we're gonna send in our list of win conditions, which is a field. Yeah. One too many parentheses there, and then if win condition is not equal to win conditions dot none, then just in this if statement, a faction has won. And in here, just to set it up so we're ready to go, we can create a public static event again. Public static event system dot action, and the payload is win conditions. On, and this guy is going to be called on win condition met. Okay. So in again the on actor end move function, let's invoke that event. Let's invoke that event. On win condition met dot invoke, and then we say win condition. Okay. Now we're just gonna implement the king reached corner tile. And at this point in time, we have actually captured any eventual actors, and we have set the we need to know where the king is right now. So we need to have a reference to the king in specific. We're gonna send that in as a parameter to check win conditions, and we add a parameter called actor, and the name is king. And then in this function, this on actor end move, all the way at the top, we can save the king as a local variable. Actor king equals let's see, current active actors dot where I dot get actor type equals actor type dot king dot select. Was it that? Sometimes I don't always remember these link statement. I wonder if the function isn't current active actors dot select this item. I just need to check the predicate here. You know what I'm gonna do, since I can't remember the link statement right now. I'm just gonna save him when we instantiate these when the board is completely filled, then we're gonna save the king as its little private variable here, because we need to we need to be able to access the king variable quite often in the game anyway. So I'm going to cache him in a private field. So private actor king. This guy is going to be assigned to on actors instantiated. For now, I'm going to clean this up a little bit later, but just to get this moving. For each var a in current active actors, if a dot get actor type equals actor type dot king, then king equals a, and then now we need to put this into brackets. There we go. And then we break. So we break out of this loop. We just stop searching, because there's only supposed to be one king in the game. So now I cache the king. I could do this inside the on actor end move as well, instead of doing a link. It basically does the same thing anyway. It just, yeah, I just didn't remember how to do that link statement. Okay. Then we send in king. There is maybe potential to that the king could be null. So I just need to here we're actually going to do a check. If king equals null, I'm gonna write a debug.log warning checking win condition, but king actor was null, check for errors, so that we actually catch this thing if there is a mistake here. So return win conditions dot none, just to have a little safety there. Okay, king reached corner tile. So now we know where the king is at. There's one thing that we haven't done. And we haven't told an actor which the actor class does not know which tile it is on, which is a little bit annoying. But its world position can only be an actual tile index. So we know the position in the array index based on the transform of the actor actually. So we can just check. If we're gonna create a new var king tile index equals king dot transform, or rather this is gonna be a vector2 int. King tile index equals king dot transform dot position equals king tile index equals new vector2 int, and then we're gonna say king dot transform dot position dot x, and then for the y component we say king dot transform dot position dot z, right? And we need to cast these as int. So this should work, king tile index. And then we're gonna do a check. Bool is king tile index on a corner tile. I'll write this to be explicit. So equals board helper dot get is here we should check for a position and not a tile. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense to just write real quick. We need an overload. I'm gonna copy the function public static bool get is tile a corner tile, and then we need to send in vector2 int and say that's a tile index instead, and then we're just gonna delete the upper thing here, and this function is just gonna work. So it's just an overload in the board helper class. Okay. Then we can call board helper dot get is tile a corner tile based on its position instead. We need to send in the board, which we need to get. So let's accept another parameter inside this function. Check win conditions. Tile to the array board. We send in the board, and then we send in the position, which is king tile index. If is king tile index on a corner tile? If it is, then we return win conditions dot king reached corner tile. Yeah. Right, so in our calling code in on actor end move, we're gonna send in the board as well, which we have in a local variable up here. We should now have met a win condition if the king is on a corner tile, and we're going to tell the world that. But for now, let's just debug.log it, and we say win condition dot toString. Boom. Then I have a function where I'm able to test this, I believe, but we have to remember something. We have to actually assign the possible win conditions in this game. And the count of that is, what is it, 4? 3? Yeah, I think it's 3. So element 0 is king reached corner tile. Element 1 is king captured, and element 2 is defenders encircled. But for now we are just checking king reached corner tile. So we have assigned that to the game controller. Now I just need to have a formation I can test. I wonder if I hadn't put it up in this special attack rules test, because I think I can move the king to a corner tile from there. I just need to move the attacker real fast, then move the king to a corner tile, and let's see if that worked. Yeah, king reached corner tile, so we have a win. So that is the first of our win conditions implemented. 25 minutes, okay. Not too bad. We're gonna end the episode there, but the next episode we're gonna create a little bit of UI to shake this up and tell the players a message that somebody has won. So thank you for watching so far, and I'll see you in the next one.